Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my angels. I'm just going to do a quick little video on what I am personally doing to get ready for these server mergers and show you a little something that I found. Obviously, as you guys have been able to tell or I've talked about it before, I'm trying to get all of my crafting to 200 solo. Obviously, it's hard. It's been a huge difficulty just because I'm using all of my time to farm. Sometimes I get bored of doing one and I switch because I have ADD and I can't focus on doing one thing for too long and I get monotonous and I just, yeah. But yeah, it's obviously an MMO and you're supposed to make friends and have friends, and you go and you're supposed to team up and kind of knock things out together. But I don't have any friends and I'm not very good at making them. So, um, with that, I've been kind of focusing on getting my engineering all the way up, and then my furnishing I'd like to get all the way up, and then my arcana I realized something with my arcana, which I'll show you in a second, and I decided to start trying to get it up, and it's gonna be, I've made a video on something like this before. I want to get my furnishing up just because trophies, as you guys have seen in the past, I've done a lot of gathering videos, and I have minor trophies in one house, so that does, you know, very little, and I'm still doing decent on what I gather. As you guys can see, I have my gathering, almost all of them are 200. Fishing, that's a whole different creature that I'm gonna tackle later, and my refining, you know, kind of will go up as my crafting goes up. So yeah, I would really like to get 200 armoring, 200 arcana, and 200 furnishing. I don't think that's going to happen before the update, but I'm going to try to get as close as possible. I at least want to get my arcana to 150, and I'm going to show you why real quick. Yeah, I'll just show you guys why real quick. So, if you guys remember, I made a video earlier in the year about transferring iron into steel. That little exploit is back, but in your arcana. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in your weaponsmithing it went away. You could only use they switched it from, I think, steel, or the steel to wood, so you got the wood back, not the metals. But they have it back here in arcana. So right now I'm crafting a star metal ice gauntlet with iron. So I'm doing this right now because I just bought a whole bunch of the water arcanas, the water motes. Another good one would be in the death motes. If you guys have a good farm for any of these, really, you know, if you know a good farm for life, you can do the life staffs, but it takes weird wood. But I also just gave you guys a weird wood video today. This will come out the same day as a weird wood video. So if you want to make life staffs, you can do that. The same thing with the fire staffs. I made some of those just because I had a bunch of extra fire motes, and of course I have extra life motes, but we'll be focusing on the gauntlets, because the gauntlets only take leather. And now the leather that I also have, I'll leave a link for it somewhere. The leather farm that I have is really good. 4,000 or 1,400 or 14,000 hours, I think, is what it came out about, you know, which is crazy. And on, at least on my server, thick hide is super cheap. I think it's like 12 or 11 right now cents a piece, which is pretty damn good. But you can also, there's so many farms for that. I'll make a farm for thick hide. I mean, everybody should have it. It's one of those mid-level kind of things. Hopefully you guys have stocked up on it a little bit. But anyways, it is super cheap. So making the 4 layers, the tier layered leather should be fairly simple. And I'm just going to craft 3 of them because that's all I have resources for at the moment. I think I've already made like 300. Before I made this video, my arcana was at 90, and now it's at whatever, 113 or something like that. So we'll just salvage these really quick. And if you see this, we're salvaging the item, return 1 to 4 star metal ingots and 6 repair parts. So I just transferred the iron. I traded, so essentially what I did is I traded out the layered leather for the star metal. And because star metal is, I also did whatever that star metal video, it's a little bit more difficult to make, in my opinion, especially because tannin, on my server at least, is very cheap. So I'm using the blue tannin, and it's super cheap to get the tannin. the aged tannin or whatever tannin you want, compared to getting things like flux. I know flux is like 4 gold on my server compared to the tannin that's like 2, which I mean is really 50% is a huge difference at the end of the day. So I salvaged those, and yeah, so that's gonna be that's the little loophole that I found. It's just something to make your guys' life a little bit easier if you're trying to get those star metal modes. And this will work on any of them. So any of these that you do, which is part of the reason I want to get the 150, because 150, you get the Oricalcum gauntlets. I should just close these on my way down. So you get the void gauntlets or the normal gauntlets, and you can actually take the infused leather with the iron. All right, so you don't have to use Oricalcum on this. You can use iron and transfer it into Oricalcum. So if you guys are struggling to get those high tier mats, you can turn your leather into Oricalcum, or you know, your leather into star metal, or so on and so forth. I hope this helps you guys out a little bit. This is one of those things that I'm kind of doing. I know I'm talking about you guys maybe starting to stack up your mats before our server mergers. I think that's just super important for what's going on right now, because everything's going to change, especially if you're on a dead server. All of a sudden, all of your grinding spots and everything are going to be flooded. And with them being flooded, they're just going to be, you know, it's going to be a lot harder to go and farm those things. So make sure you're doing them now. That's super, super important that you're doing them now. Yeah, guys, so I appreciate you all coming out and watching this. I hope that you use this. We're gonna call it a loophole because they don't like the word exploit. Not something they're gonna ban people over. I mean, it's in the game. It's not anything that's gonna be super crazy. So I don't want people worrying about that. The last time we did it, they didn't ban people for it. The exploits they want to ban people for are things are like duping money, or you know, duping XP, or duping faction tokens. That's the kind of stuff that gets people banned, not exploiting a little this. They did it on purpose to make it a little bit easier for people to grind them up. Yeah, with that, guys, I appreciate you all. We're doing great. The videos are doing phenomenal, better than I ever thought they would. Let's try to get those subscribers up a little bit. I'd like to get up to 100 at the very least by New Year's. So if you can like, comment, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Help push this out to more people. And yeah, I think that'll be it for today, for this little video. And oh yeah, never forget to stretch out those wings. They'll get you somewhere someday, I promise. All right, love you guys. Bye.